knows you deserve only the best.
Moving forward kami sa Sulong na Bayan. Ang inyong paboritong public service program ay susulong na naman. Maririnig kami sa bagong time slot na alas 5 hanggang alas 6 ng gabi. Lunes hanggang Biyernes. Sa prime time slot na ito, higit na maraming listeners at viewers ang aabuti ng aming iba't ibang segments tulad ng Gospel Verse a Day, balita sa special sectors tulad ng OFW, senior citizens, Chinoy community at iba pang makabuluhang sektor. Makakasama ang veteran journalist na si Loli Acosta. Mabuhay! Sulong na Bayan!
Mapagpalang hapon po sa ating mga tagapakinig. Welcome po sa ating programang Sulong na Bayan. At tayo po ay napapakinggan at napapanood. Just log on to our website, www.dwiz882am.com. At syempre sa ating mga DG boxes, meron din po tayong FB streaming, TikTok, X account. At lahat po ay madaling-madaling. Kasi free TV na po tayo sa Aliw TV Channel 23. So good morning, good afternoon, good evening as the case may be. Lalong-lalo na po sa Estados Unidos, sa East Coast, sa West Coast, ganda rin po sa gitnang silangan. Napakalakas po natin sa Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, dyan sa Jeddah, Riyadh, Dubai, Qatar, at syempre sa mga neighboring countries, saan naman po yan, sa Down Under. Hello, hello mate! At syempre sa karating po sa Malaysia, Indonesia, Thailand, Singapore, Hong Kong, Myanmar, at malakas daw po tayo sa Guinea at sa Soccer, South Korea and Hong Kong. Dito naman po sa ating bayan na minamahal nating Pilipinas, Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, lalong-lalo na po sa ating mga kapatirang Muslim, Assalamu alaikum. Or today, we're so blessed and privileged to have him live dito sa ating programa dahil galing pa siya ng Davao. He is actually our Filipino Honorary Consul in Mindanao for Finland. So let's welcome him to our program and no less than Sir Antonio Peralta. Hello, sir.
Okay. Good afternoon, Loli, and good afternoon to all our listeners out in the different countries from the impressive list that was mentioned by Ma'am Loli here. It is indeed a pleasure for me to be here this afternoon.
Okay, let's dive in kasi people need to know more about Finland. Kami po dito sa ating programa, ang layunin is to really educate, not to influence but educate more para maintindihan nila saan naman sila talaga pwedeng makasali at maka-engage. So, educate us first. What led to the reopening of the Finnish Embassy in Manila?
Okay, the Finnish Embassy in Manila has long been established here, except that in about 2011 or 2012 was that they closed it down. When embassies enter a particular country, it's always for the best of intentions, that is to really maximize relationships that can lead to fruitful economic relationships. At that time, I guess there was not much going by between the Philippines and Finland, hence that led to the closure of the embassy here. And sometime in 2019, the ambassador of Finland, the first ambassador to come here after the embassy was closed down, is Ambassador Marcus Juha. And Marcus, Ambassador Marcus,
ambassador now?
is no longer. We have a new lady ambassador.
Okay, lady.
Ambassador Saiyija Norminen, and she is a very established diplomat with years of experience in the diplomatic world and has worked in different countries as well. So the reopening of both the embassies of Finland here in the Philippines will be followed by the opening of an embassy this year, I think, or are they already open? I think it will be opened this year. This is the embassy in Helsinki, Philippine Embassy in Helsinki. So, andun na po tayo. Finland opened its main embassy here, and it's located in BGC. At the fort, and then you have two honorary consulates supporting that. The first one being in Cebu, headed by my counterpart, Honorary Consul Franco Soberano, and on representing Davao or in Mindanao is yours truly. So we have a very good presence covering
Imagine, that's
the
too huge.
entire
Mindanao.
Philippines. No? So
And that brings me to my next question, Consul Tony. What's the interest of Finland naman in opening up 2 honorary consulates, lalo na sa inyo sa Davao and Cebu?
when honorary consulates are opened, it is with the sole purpose of really looking at the kind of opportunities, economic opportunities that can benefit both Finland and the Philippines. No? So as in this case, the benefits are really very good for the Philippines. Finland established itself as a leader in education.
And
They are currently number 1 in the whole world.
Oh,
Yes.
really?
And
Not Germany, not Austria.
no,
Gosh, these
Finland.
people, people
Finland
don't know
has
this.
the leadership at this time for that. Their education system, there is very much, it's really more of an approach of why didn't we think of this before?
Ba't ngayon lang
We
natin
simplified
nalalaman?
it. There's
Right.
not much.
No publicity, maybe no...
It's not. It's. I guess their way
Information
of
campaign.
looking at education, how it can benefit the student, or how it can, how that student who now will become an adult can contribute to society. So that's why there is really a very good result, as you can see from the number of innovations that Finland has contributed to the world economy.
Because I remember very quickly, Erasmus, this is a project by EU, European Union, and interviewed them
Yeah.
a lot of times. In fact, they just had an exhibit for inviting all walks of life, all those who are higher education to
Yeah.
Consul Tony. So, Finland, parang hindi masyadong na-i-promote.
Okay. Well,
But Portugal, Spain,
Finland of late has sent a delegation of educators here to the Philippines. I was in one of those sessions that they had, and it was quite an interesting session because they showed interest in really pursuing partnerships here. Now, their partner in making this happen is the European Chamber of Commerce of the Philippines.
Okay.
And ECCP, because of its very strong presence among schools, not only in Manila but also in Cebu and Mindanao, has engaged the Erasmus Mundus.
Right, that's
As a matter of fact, one of our members, the Holy Cross Davao College, they were appointed by the Erasmus Mundus as the hub
Ah, good. That's
for
good
Mindanao.
to hear. Okay.
And
That's something
what prompted that was about 3 years ago, before the consulates were opened, we in the European Chamber of Commerce, because I also represent the European Chamber of Commerce as their chairman for the Southern Mindanao Business Council.
Wow, that's a
So,
huge responsibility.
I saw also the need to partner our schools with schools in Europe. And when
you thought of
Finland came around and I became the honorary consul for Finland, the first thing I really looked at were really the educational programs they had. And we already have
What did you
some
discover?
discussions along the way. We have triggered some interest now among schools in Mindanao that have shown interest in pursuing such partnerships. Now, the Education Advocacy Committee of the European Chamber
Yeah.
is premised on operating on 4 or 5 areas, and that's
What are these?
student exchange programs,
Meron silang
then visiting professor programs, joint research undertakings, cultural and sports exchange. So these are the main areas of cooperation that we see
Visiting prof.
that can benefit schools,
Right.
that can benefit our students here with that kind of a different perspective.
menu, yeah.
So,
What do you mean by visiting professors?
visiting professors, they will be exchanging
teachers.
professors here who will be teaching also there.
Wow.
And they will be teaching also here, I mean, on
That's cool.
subjects of common interest, like, general management is one, or computer science is one,
Right.
if needed be, or we can get into the biological sciences. And they're very much advanced in that regard.
Yan, galing. Matututunan
So
natin
there are a lot of things that I really can see. And what really prompted us to really look at the Erasmus Mundus program was the availability of scholarships to Philippine schools.
Yeah.
Which, again, I was hoping na at least man lang umabot yan ng mga 50%, but when I last reviewed, it was less than 50%. So that's where I saw
work on it.
that this could, perhaps a better way would be to re-echo what is being mentioned here in Manila to the provinces.
Right.
And perhaps there are other
Spread
provincial
natin
institutions that may take interest.
Why
in
not?
this.
Maybe
So,
Ateneo,
yes.
maybe other
Yes,
universities.
there are already. As a matter of fact, the membership of the Education Advocacy Committee in Davao has really grown a lot with the bigger schools
and
coming in. Yes, and we engage them, and hopefully this year we will have there's that very important educational it's basically an event that the Erasmus Mundus
That will they
supports,
promote. Yeah.
which is an educational fair that they
Yeah.
intend to hold also in Davao.
Good.
So that, I believe, will attract a lot of
Other-
people or schools that are interested in European programs.
Right. And the exchange student consulting. So that's the basic exchange of that one that you said that are like 5 that you were interested
Yes.
in. So we have the visiting professors, we have the joint
Joint research.
research.
Yung joint research naman is a research endeavor involving 2 entities, our local schools here and a school out in Finland or in Europe, and they would be undertaking this research perhaps on topics of mutual interest. And one of those could be the impact of climate change on agriculture.
Change, yes.
Because these are serious challenges. The Philippines is now number 1 as the most threatened
Issue.
country.
Right. The
According to the Asian Development Bank,
Really now.
we rank number 1 as the most vulnerable country in the world. Because if you look at the map, you can see that the Philippines faces the Pacific Ocean. We are like a buffer between Vietnam and the Pacific Ocean, between Malaysia and the Pacific Ocean, and parts of Indonesia. No? So,
Tayo yung
dito
pwede
talaga ang tama ng
apektado.
typhoons, no?
Right.
Even to a certain extent, even China. No? So we're like a buffer, a natural buffer, so to speak.
So how have we somehow progressed in you're saying joint research?
The joint research will take time. There have been discussions, but I'm not at liberty to say that because this is
Ongoing.
Still kept confidential. I believe that will be made public in due time.
Yeah.
But it's so far, from what I understand, it's been an interesting discussions that
It
we
has
have.
to be addressed actually now
Yeah,
that you brought
because-
it up. Nako, there's no other time. Let's not delay it. Let's not procrastinate it. I think this is the best time.
Yes, because for others that don't believe in climate change, especially for people who don't think it's really real,
Serious.
all you have to do is to look at the lives of people in the coastal communities, and you can see
Wiped out.
that it has already affected fish production. It has already affected
folks.
even your marine life in these coastal areas. No?
Right. All
which
dead.
used to be rich and diverse
Wala.
is now becoming
Sad.
a
It's
very
so sad.
difficult place where
Very
there's so much lower productivity. No?
At saka wiped out eh. You wouldn't
Yes.
believe it. Wow, the corals, the reefs and all nawala. Now, moving on to the cultural and sports. What are you looking at?
Oh, cultural and sports.
Arts and
Of
culture,
one,
sports.
Still, basketball is still the most popular sport in
Yeah, in the Philippines.
the Philippines. Finland is one of the top performers of the Euro League basketball sports. Some of their players have landed already in the National Basketball Association. If that's any measure of the kind of interest. But again, as I say,
Matatangkad ba sila ang
very,
Finnish?
you know,
Like,
the players
how tall
are
are you?
about 7 feet and 6 feet.
Okay, so matatangkad.
Yeah.
You're only 6 and then sila 7.
Oh yes, you know, when you go there, it's
Kaya?
like parang land of the giants.
Ay, ganun. So may palo, ibig sabihin may laban naman tayo, Philippines.
Well,
Tangkad natin.
there are other sports that we can excel.
Okay, like what?
Boxing is one.
Okay, yeah. Our Manny Pacquiao.
Then we have, you have Manny Pacquiao, who's reigning champion in different classes.
Yeah, title
Also, it
holders.
comes to billiards, it comes to golf.
Oh, okay.
All of these that do not require the height, where you know we are starting off with a big disadvantage with that.
Oh, wow. So ayan, those who are like interested to try and check it out in Finland, how to play basketball or other sports, there you are. You'll get it straight from our honorary consul to Finland, no less than Sir Consul Tony Peralta. Next question is there a strong parang Finnish presence in the Philippines?
Well-
Before you answer that, we have to pause for a quick break.
Si Miss Loli Acosta, Sulong na Bayan sa DWIZ 882. Panatilihing masaya ang paglilibang. Magtakda na oras at limitahan ang gastos sa paglalaro. Huwag magsugal kung nalulungkot. Huwag hayaang makasira ng buhay at pamilya. Para sa impormasyon ukol sa responsible gaming, tumawag lamang sa hotline number 02-8404-0171 o bisitahin ang www.casinofilipino.ph. Isang mensahe mula sa PAGCOR. Gambling is for 21 years old and above only. Keep it fun. Game responsibly.
Adik ka na ba sa sugal? Lagi ka bang nakakaramdam na matinding udyok na magsugal? Laging gigil na makabawi sa pagkatalo? Naglalaan ka ba ng mas malaking oras at salapi para sa sugal sa halip na para sa pamilya? Nababaon ka na ba sa utang at nagbebenta ng mga ari-arian dahil sa pagsusugal? Kung kailangan mo ng tulong o maging ang isang mahal mo sa buhay, may mga programa ang Philippine Amusement and Gaming Corporation o PAGCOR tulad ng Player Exclusion Program at iba pa. Para sa dagdag na detalye at impormasyon tungkol sa problem gambling, mag-log on sa www.pagcor.ph/regulatory/responsible.ph. Isang paalala mula sa PAGCOR. Game safely, game responsibly.
Come on, let's go to Isuzu Jaguars. You won't regret it. Come on, let's go to Isuzu Jaguars. We've got your back. Isuzu Jaguars, your partner through it all. Isuzu Jaguars, Isuzu Jaguars, Isuzu Jaguars. Let's journey together.
Visit Isuzu Gencars Makati, Isuzu Santa Rosa, Isuzu Batangas Santo Tomas, Isuzu Batangas City, Isuzu San Pablo, Isuzu Legazpi, and Isuzu Naga.
Papalakas ng papalakas, palinaw ng palinaw, mga balita at impormasyong naiintindihan dahil malinaw mong nalaman. Tutok lang sa DWIZ mula umaga hanggang gabi. Updated on air and online. DWIZ, nagbabalita ng tama, naglilingkod ng tama.
Ang balitang ito ay hatid sa inyo ng Petron. Petron knows you deserve only the best.
Latest, pinakabago at tama. DWIZ News Catch Up. News Catch Up.
Pilipinas, narito na ang mga tamang balita sa oras na ito. Anak na pumasok sa EDSA busway, pinagsabihan at pinagsori na raw ni Senator Tulfo. Ang detalye ng balita mula kay Patrol 19, Celly Ortega Bueno.
Pinagalitan na daw ni Senator Raffy Tulfo ang kanyang anak na si Congressman Ralph Wendell Tulfo makaraang mahuli ng mga tauhan ng Special and Intelligence Committee for Transportation ng DOTR dahil sa illegal na pagpasok sa EDSA busway. Ayon kay Senator Tulfo, nagsorry na rin sa kanya ang kanyang anak at sinabihan din niya ito na humingi ng paumanhin sa lahat. Pinaliwanag din daw sa kanya ng anak na nagdudumali ang driver nito at nagpa siyang dumaan sa busway. Gid ni Tulfo, wala naman siya nakikitang problema dahil inamin ng anak ang pagkakamali, hindi ito nagsinungaling at nagsorry na sa nangyari. Hindi rin anya tumakas o tumakbo ang kanyang anak. Nagpatikit ito at hindi nagmura at humingi rin daw ng tawad sa mga enforcers kung kaya't wala siya nakikitang problema. Magugunita ang sinagawang pagdinig ng Committee on Public Services na pinumunuan ni Tulfo ay kanyang iminungkahi na gawing 50,000 piso ang multa sa mga lumalabag sa pagdaan sa EDSA busway dahil sa dumarami ang mga pasaway na motorista.
So kinausap ko si Ralph tungkol dun sa insidente at wala nang paligoy-ligoy pa at inadmit niya. At katakot-takot na nagsorry siya sa akin. Sabi ko, wag mo na ulitin. And sabi ko sa kanya, kailangan mag-apologize ka sa taong bayan. At pagkakalam ko, yung ticket ay nabayaran na at yung driver at seminar. So, the good thing about it is, hindi siya nagsinungaling. Agad-agad inadmit siya, nag-apologize, nagpakumbaba.
Ito sa Patrol 19, Cell Ortega Bueno para sa impilang metodong lakas sa DWIZ. Nagbabalita ng tama, naglilingkod ng tama.
DWIZ News Catch Up. News Catch Up.
Mga illegal jumpers sa Quezon City pagmumultahin. Fire Code Ordinance target ipatupad ngayong taon. Ang detalye mula kay Patrol 38 Jen Patrolya.
Target ng local government ng Quezon City na maipatupad ngayong taon ang isang ordinansa o hakbang para mabawasan ang insidente ng sunog sa nabanggit na lungsod. Ayon kay Quezon City Councilor Rani Ludovica, ito'y dahil sa mga talamak na illegal jumper sa mga informal settler na nagiging sanhi ng sunog sa lugar. Sa oras na mapapatunayang lumabag o mahuli ng mga otoridad ang mga illegal jumper, ay papatawan ng multa na aabot sa 1,000 hanggang 5,000. Maaari ring humantong sa pagkakakulong ng 1 taon. Idinagdag pa ng konsehal ng lungsod na magtatatag din sila ng working technical group para matutukan ang pagpapatupad ng nasabing batas sa lungsod. Kaugnay nito, humihirit din ang konsehal na dagdagan pa ang mga fire hydrants upang mabilis na makatugon ang mga bombero tuwing may sunog. Ako si Patrol 38 Jen Patrolya nag-uulat sa himpilang may todong lakas DWIZ. Nagbabalita ng tama, naglilingkod ng tama.
DWIZ News Catch Up. News Catch Up.
At iyan ang mga tamang balita sa mga oras na ito. Mag-follow at subscribe sa lahat ng DWIZ News digital channels, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, X, DWIZ News app at DWIZ News website. Ako po si Gia Rafael, nagbabalita ng tama, naglilingkod ng tama.
Oras-oras nagbabalita ng tama, naglilingkod ng tama. DWIZ News Catch Up. News Catch Up. Ang balitang ito ay inihatid sa inyo ng Petron. Petron knows you deserve only the best.
Ang balitang ito ay hatid sa inyo ng Bingo Plus. Download Bingo Plus app now in Google Play and App Store for a chance to win up to 154 million pesos of jackpot prize. Visit bingoplus.com to learn more. With Bingo Plus, bingo sa saya plus sa panalo.
Oras hatid sa inyo ng Pagcor.
Ang oras, 5:27 p.m.
Oras hatid sa inyo ng Pagcor.
That time check was brought to you by MX3.
MX3. Dito ako believe.
That time check was brought to you by Bingo Plus. Download Bingo Plus app now in Google Play and App Store for a chance to win up to 154 million pesos of jackpot prize. Visit bingoplus.com to learn more. With Bingo Plus, bingo sa saya plus sa panalo.
Si Miss Loli Acosta, Sulong na Bayan sa DWIZ 882.
All right, we're back in our segment for envoys and entrepreneurs. Now, we were again asking our honorary consul to Finland, no less than Consul Tony Peralta, if there is such a thing or a strong Finnish presence in the Philippines.
Well, the way I would put it, it is not really in the scale of the presence of other foreign nationals here, but it's a growing community, especially here in Manila and also in Cebu. In Davao, they are coming. It's not yet so many, but there's already interest, growing interest from the people I've been speaking with in the European Chamber. No? So it's just only a matter of time. No? You can see HN that you have a lot of industries here like Nokia. Nokia is a
okay. That's
well-known name here.
I used to have that. Yan
Nokia
lahat ng-
phones in the
Right.
90s, the late, in the early 2000s were really lording it over in terms of market share here. Of course, there are also other
industries.
technologies that Finland has really been successful in. One of them
What
I
is it?
mentioned already.
Okay.
Education was
Right.
one. The other one is the advocacies of Finland really move in the field of renewable energy,
Solar and all.
and they had the
What
very
about healthcare?
healthcare is also one, but that is where the complementation between the Philippines and Finland can come in,
Yeah.
and that is the provision of I would say healthcare assistance coming from our caregivers, from our nurses, and one day soon, hopefully doctors.
Doctors. And of course, our hospitals, if we need to rehab our hospitals for maybe improve the services, Finland has the
Finland
expertise.
has invested a lot in its healthcare. It's one of the best healthcare systems in the world.
Okay.
So it is something that Finland is proud about, the way they have managed their economy. Mind you, Finland wasn't that rich 50 years ago.
Oh wow.
It was.
How did it really become
It
flourish?
was a poor country, as what the
That's
former
right.
ambassador told me. Gave me a little bit of history of what Finland was, and it was able to improve
Progress and improve.
grow over time because of
What was the secret now?
discipline.
Oh, okay. That was exactly
It's cultural.
what... Right.
Cultural aspect of it is really anchored on discipline.
Sabi nga nila in Tagalog, if I may say this, sa ikaunlad ng bayan, disiplinang kailangan.
Or
In
bisikleta.
fact, bisikleta daw
Kailangan.
sabi. In fact, sabi yan ni actually kahapon, I have to echo it kasi sabi ni former Finance Secretary Gary Teves, yan lang, Loli, ang bottom line, disiplina.
Yes.
Simply
I agree with
simply
you.
put. So ganun ang Finland. That's why they
Yes.
flourish and now they're so progressive. From a poor country, can you imagine?
Yeah.
Develop sila.
Yeah, they're very
They have
much
good
advanced now.
education in advance.
Advanced, and they were able, discipline also requires that they are able to enforce a good savings habit of being careful with the resources, with the money
Right,
that they have.
savings. Yan din naman ang sinabi ni Finance Secretary. Dapat nag-iimpok. Kasi ang kultura daw natin, splurge, kita tomorrow, pauper ka the next day.
Yes.
Mayaman ka mamaya wala ka ng pera. Kasi, gastos. So you're saying, Consul Tony, na ang Finnish people or Finnish nationals,
Yes.
they know how to save.
Yes, the savings habit is really one of the best that I've ever seen. I've worked in different countries, but the way they look at life, and yet the country enjoys another very good aspect, and they're considered as the world's happiest people.
Happiest people nga eh.
You know, the
You
happier-
beat me on that. Yun ang tatanong ko sa'yo mamaya eh. Hold natin ng
sige,
konti.
hold
Okay. Going back to another question. How long has Finland and the Philippines ba established their diplomatic relations?
They opened the embassy in Manila in 2019. I believe it was November or December 2019.
Okay.
And then, but everybody knew after March, the pandemic hit us all.
2020.
And that was all, they still went on, they were present here. So in 2022, they started reaching out to the provinces. No? And more or less, we were officially opened in September of 2022. Before that,
Barely
it was
5.
with Cebu. Naunang Cebu.
Okay. Then Davao.
Davao.
What are their interests ba? In
Varied. Finland is a country where there is a lot of technology that could be harnessed for the development of this country. A lot of good business practices that they really
Yun gusto ko.
undertake.
Kasi we were brought up, I don't know, it's my personal, when you study, okay, after studying really good, you go abroad or go overseas and work there. Yung business, hindi tinuro, hindi katulad sa mga Chinese, bata pa lang, after you graduate, eto na, you can own your own business, kasi kanting hardware rin, bato.
It's cultural, more
So,
than
sa
that. It's
Finland.
really cultural than anything else that I've seen.
It's a business.
I guess maybe because we have been accustomed to exposures to the Spanish, then the Chinese, then we have the exposures to the Americans, then to the Japanese. So, I mean, a lot of these cultural influences somehow, crisscross. And when you have chop suey,
You just have to
imagine that kind of a culture, no? Mabuti naman sana.
wala kang ma-accomplish. Chop suey.
You know, you can't really go far with that.
So you're saying
you
dapat
must maintain a strong focus.
focus.
Hindi yun, tignan mo na lang, every time
Parang you
there
go
is,
with the flow.
Yes. There are changes in the environment.
Sige na.
Then you need to change the programs right away. Unlike Indonesia, unlike Malaysia, our neighbors. No. There's a 5-year plan. We follow that 5-year plan through. Well, hindi lang binabago yan.
Hindi pa ba?
Dahil lang napag-usapan yan, they believe that given this, they're able to progress in a better stead.
Right. So back to discipline din yan eh.
Yes.
Kasi wala kang focus. Ano po ba ang current advocacies ngayon ng Finland?
The current advocacies of Finland is the promotion of educational partnerships
Yan.
between its schools and schools around the world. But now in the Philippines, it's basically schools here in Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. The promotion of renewable energy
Yan.
for industries and for businesses to use and to look at the energy model that Finland has had.
What do they have? Itong
Well,
model energy.
Finland, if you look at its location, its biggest neighbor is Russia.
Okay, katabi.
So, because of strategic implications and all, and there was a time that they were really also getting into importing energy from Russia because of the tensions in Ukraine. That eventually...
Still going on, by the way.
Yes, it's still going on, but at the same time, Finland was able to prepare itself.
Equipped.
Because over the years, what they have done was invest a little here and there until
Slowly but
the
surely.
renewable energy aspect
Realized.
of it. Oh, yes.
May
that was-
foresight sila. Ang laki.
you know that their
Imagine.
energy dependence on the outside world is, I believe, it's between 12 to 15% lang.
Oh.
So about 85% or 87% of that is really generated from solar panels that they have, wind farms.
Wind. Wind.
And they also
energy.
they have utilized even all the energy aspect. They have a large forest land, so all these forests have their peat. You know, there are peat that you can find in the ground, and once this peat is converted into energy, it is also another cheap form of energy. And the nice thing about it, they really advocate clean energy.
Yeah, I know.
So doon mo makikita yung advantage of having a country like Finland, and
Very
knowing
disciplined.
and understanding where they really succeeded and where they also had challenges. No?
What are that? Some of the challenges.
You know, part of the challenge in designing perhaps solar panels is that a long time ago, it
Wala
was so
tayo niyan.
expensive.
Right.
Very expensive to really buy a
Parang
solar
impossible.
panel. But now it's affordable because of technology. They were able to find ways and means to use different materials to make their products much more
Affordable.
competitive and affordable.
Right.
So
Galing
that's
sila.
those are things that innovations that I think that the Philippines can learn from. No? And the other aspect of it also is the aspect of a circular economy.
Okay, that sounds new to me. What is solar? I'm sorry,
Circular.
circular.
Just
Economy.
imagine a circle, no? So from the
Circle.
time that you plant a seed
Okay.
to the time that you see this being grown into a plant and you harvest
Nurture.
it, and then once you harvest it, it gets sold to the market, and then from the markets, consumer, then you start planting again. So in between, there
Circular.
are instances where there is waste, like farm waste.
Yes.
In our
What do
case,
you do?
it is rice.
Oh,
So yung rice hull, that is the waste extract from your planting rice, is sometimes being burnt
Still-
in the open field.
okay. Is that healthy? Is that toxic?
Well, it does contribute to greenhouse gas.
Okay.
So, but I've seen models here that have really,
We should adapt that.
push this. What they do now is the conversion of this rice hull waste into carbon-based inputs, no? So that is yung rice hull, convert yan into biochar. Biochar is converted into a carbon-based input na hinahaluan ng mga ibang farm waste.
Okay.
And that qualifies for soil conditioners.
For fertilizer maybe.
Fertilizer, yeah.
So that's still useful.
Useful. Umiikot lang
ikot
siya.
lang.
That's
Kaya
why it's a circular. Yes.
Oh, wow.
So if we have more of that, then that will really help in terms of making your farms more efficient. And at the same time, over
Dapat
the long
ma-introduce
term,
na yan dito sa atin.
Ha?
Dapat we can do that now.
the farmers in Caraga are doing this already.
Okay, that's good to
They
hear.
are doing that already, and they are doing that under different donors, no? So who have helped them, and they're fairly successful. There's interest in that also. Believe it or not, the demand for biochar is so big.
Oo, big. Napakalaki.
Kasi ginagamit rin yan ng mga cement companies.
Also, mga
to
manufacturers.
fire up their machineries, no? At the same time, advocating also clean energy, hindi na fuel
Hindi
based,
na fuel-based. Hindi na siya toxic.
hindi na siya toxic.
Oo,
Yes.
see, that's something new. Circular economy. Can we adapt that?
Of course we can.
Yeah.
It's a question of really understanding
How
yung production
it is.
process mo.
The
yung
farmers
production
lalo na
for
po.
Markets. Yes.
Kasi nga, grabe, the farmers are aching. They keep saying, we can't do this, we can't do that. There's like a broker muna before we really earn. Kung sila kaya ang ini-educate na natin diretso, so they would understand
Yes.
na ito na pala yung pwedeng gawin. We don't have to hire somebody else. So, sila rin mismo will flourish. Okay, next question po is, has there been ministerial visits of Finnish ministers to the Philippines?
Yes.
But before you answer that, we have to pause for another break.
Si Miss Loli Acosta, Sulong na Bayan sa DWIZ 882. Panatilihing masaya ang paglilibang. Magtakda na oras at limitahan ang gastos sa paglalaro. Huwag magsugal kung nalulungkot. Huwag hayaang makasira ng buhay at pamilya. Para sa impormasyon ukol sa responsible gaming, tumawag lamang sa hotline number 02-8404-0171 o bisitahin ang www.casinofilipino.ph. Isang mensahe mula sa PAGCOR. Gambling is for 21 years old and above only. Keep it fun. Game responsibly.
Adik ka na ba sa sugal? Lagi ka bang nakakaramdam na matinding udyok na magsugal? Laging gigil na makabawi sa pagkatalo? Naglalaan ka ba ng mas malaking oras at salapi para sa sugal sa halip na para sa pamilya? Nababaon ka na ba sa utang at nagbebenta ng mga ari-arian dahil sa pagsusugal? Kung kailangan mo ng tulong o maging ang isang mahal mo sa buhay, may mga programa ang Philippine Amusement and Gaming Corporation o PAGCOR tulad ng Player Exclusion Program at iba pa. Para sa dagdag na detalye at impormasyon tungkol sa problem gambling, mag-log on sa www.pagcor.ph/regulatory/responsible.ph. Isang paalala mula sa PAGCOR. Game safely, game responsibly.
Bawal ang babagal-bagal. Bawal ang kukupad-kupad. Mabilis na ang panahon, kaya maiiwan ka kapag hindi ka nakasabay sa bilis ng panahon. Presyo ng gasolina, saan traffic, sa saan hindi? May strike ba o wala? At mga balitang importante sa buhay ng commuter na Pinoy sa DWIZ. Pasada Balita live sa DWIZ AM Metro and Mega Manila. DWIZ News FM Regional Stations, Aliw Channel 23 at nakalive din sa lahat ng DWIZ digital accounts. Kasama ang magbibigay ng kakaibang drive sa umaga, John Ibanez. DWIZ Pasada Balita. Tuloy sa pagbabalita ng tama, paglilingkod ng tama, Lunes hanggang Biyernes 7 a.m. Ang mga malalaking mga balita, ang mga matitinding mga pinag-uusapan, ang mga maiinit at pinagtatalunang mga issue. Lahat hagip, lahat malalaman. Hindi lang sa buong Metro at Mega Manila. Kasama na ang buong Pilipinas. Hahagupit na ang mga malalaking issue sa Ronda Pilipinas. Live na live sa DWIZ AM Metro at Mega Manila. Naka-live din sa DWIZ News FM Regional Stations. Naka-live din sa Radyo Ronda AM Radio sa Pilipinas. Live ding mapapanood sa Aliw 23 Free TV. At naka-live din sa lahat ng DWIZ Digital News accounts, Facebook, YouTube at DWIZ News website. Ronda Pilipinas. Wala nang mahuhuli sa balita. Wala nang maiiwanang issue na hindi mo alam. Ngayon, updated ka na sa Ronda Pilipinas. Kasama si Dennis Antenor Jr. Ronda Pilipinas. Monday to Friday, 10 a.m.
Karambola nationwide na! Napapakinggan na sa iba't ibang bahagi ng bansa ang programang siksik sa matalino at makabuluhang talakayan. Kasama ang mga host na programa na sina Conrad Banal, Jonathan De La Cruz. Karambola, nationwide na!
Trabaho ba ang hanap mo? Mga isyung napapanahon, opinyon at diskusyon, turismo, negosyo, isang oras na hitik sa impormasyon. Ang bawat umaga mo, magbabago sa Usapang Tol. Kasama sina Senator Francis Tol Tolentino at Cecil Villarosa. Lunes hanggang Biyernes, alas 6 ng umaga. Dito lang sa DWIZ. Nagbabalita ng tama, naglilingkod ng tama.
Dahil ang balita hindi tumitigil. Dahil ang balita tuloy-tuloy na nangyayari. Dapat alam mo ang latest kahit ang mga taong nasa likod ng balita. Kaya makibalita kay Senyor Balita. Araw-araw, Lunes hanggang Biyernes, kasama si Ray Pacheco. Live na mapapakinggan sa DWIZ. Panoorin ang live sa Aliw 23 at naka-live din sa DWIZ Facebook, YouTube at DWIZ News website. Kaya mga senyorito at mga senyorita, mga senyor, mga senyora, makibalita na kay Senyor Balita. Monday to Friday, alas 3 ng hapon. Bahagi pa rin ng DWIZ News Hapon Highlights. Nagbabalita ng tama, naglilingkod ng tama. Uy, 23 ka na, no? Pilipinas, 23 ka na. Saan ka man, kailanman, pwede nang mapanood ang Aliw 23 Signal Channel 23. Malinaw, maliwanag, balita, impormasyon at mga programang ginawa para sa Pinoy. Saan man sa Pinas. Ang Aliw 23 ng Aliw Broadcasting Corporation ay nasa TV mo na. Kahit nasaan ka pa, tuloy ang pagbabalita ng tama. Tuloy ang paglilingkod ng tama. Uy, 23 na yan!
Narito na ang Filipino Mirror, ang unang tabloid sa negosyo. Nagtatampo ng mga eksklusibong balita at impormasyon ng pagtatagumpay sa negosyo. Ang tabloid na nagbibigay ng gabay at inspirasyon sa pag-unlad at pag-asenso. Filipino Mirror, naglalaman ng mga nagbabagang balita, napapanahong issue, may init na opinyon at komentaryo. Filipino Mirror, ang unang tabloid sa negosyo. Pinarangalan ng Gawad Tanglaw bilang natatanging pahayagan sa 3 magkakasunod na taon at marami pang pagkilala. Kaya bumili na at magbasa ng Filipino Mirror ng umasenso sa pagnenegosyo.
Aliw Broadcasting Corporation is growing and we're on the lookout for a dynamic individuals. We are in need of TV, radio, and online hosts to join our team. If you're a graduate of mass communications or a related course and have at least 1 year of experience, then we want to hear from you. Together with your resume, include the 2-minute video introduction of yourself and your experience and the link to your social media profile. Send it to abc.hrmd@gmail.com. That's abc.hrmd@gmail.com. Join us.
El Pueblo Publico. Palatuntunang maglalapit sa mamamayan at pamahalaan. Lilinawin ang mga isyu at usapin na itinatanong ng taong bayan. El Pueblo Publico. Kasama si Ryan Lau. Subaybayan, tutukan. El Pueblo Publico. El Pueblo Publico. Dito lamang sa impilang may todong lakas. DWIZ 882. El Pueblo Publico.
Isang pagpupugay, pasasalamat at pagsisikap ang pangako na aming bibitiwan sa lahat ng aming natanggap na pagpapala. Pagpupugay sa lahat ng nagbigay ng pagkilala sa Aliw Broadcasting Corporation mula sa Philippine Outstanding Brand of the Year, Philippine Finest Business Awards, and Outstanding Achievement, Asia Pacific Luminaire Awards, Southeast Asian Premier Business and Achiever Award. Sa aming mga natanggap, 4-time Best AM Station Awardee, DWIZ 882, 4-time Best Radio Newscaster Awardee, Dennis Antenor Jr., 3-time Best FM Station Awardee, Home Radio 97.9, 2-time Most Promising TV Station Awardee, Aliw Channel 23, at Best Public Service Radio Host Awardee, Bragi Braganza. Pangakong itutuloy ang pagbibigay ng tamang balita at tamang paglilingkod at isang malaking pasasalamat sa tiwalang naibigay sa amin. Pakakasahan yung gagawin naming malaking inspirasyon ito para ipagpatuloy ang maglingkod sa lahat ng Pilipino.
Magandang araw po. Ito po si Attorney Ferdy Topacio na nag-aanyaya sa inyo dito sa DWIZ 882 AM at live streaming. Mapapakinggan ninyo ako sa programang Yes, Yes, Yo! Topacio! Lunes hanggang Biyernes, nationwide at worldwide. Mga balita, komentaryo, panauhin mula sa politika, showbiz at iba pa. At syempre, may musika at konting intriga. Lahat ng hindi ninyo nakikita, ipakikita ko. Lahat ng nakatago, ilalabas ko dito sa Yes, Yes, Yo! Topacio! Kita-kits! Yeba! DWIZ!
Si Miss Loli Acosta, Sulong na Bayan sa DWIZ 882.
Alright, nagbabalik po muli ang ating programang Sulong na Bayan. Nako, pasulong na po ang bayan kasi napakarami ng wealth of experience and insights na pinagkakalob sa atin na ating panauhin, no less than the Honorary Consul to Finland, Sir Anthony Peralta. May hanging question tayo po kanina. Meron na po bang mga bumibisita ngayon, Consul Tony, na mga ministerial visits na matatawag sa atin dito sa Philippines?
Yes, we have had some visits already. The most senior of all is the visit of Minister Tavio. He is the Minister of Trade. And his visit here signals already the interest of Finnish companies in the Philippines. together with him were members of the an entity called Business Finland.
Wow.
The way
Yan
they
na.
term it, actually,
Business, right.
some of them come
Trade.
from the Department of Trade nila,
business.
part ng DTI natin.
Okay, Business
But
Finland.
Business Finland, or
Ganda.
sometimes they call themselves Team Finland.
Okay.
So they really coordinate a lot of these activities, and it's really impressive the way they have really been pursuing their visits here. So with that
When was the
visit,
last? Yung
the
huling
last
dumating?
visit was not done by a
Not Minister
senior
Tapio.
minister, but trade delegations na that followed.
Delegation na.
So the
Malaki
last
yan.
one was only held last week.
That recent.
Yes.
What did they do? What was accomplished?
It's more of and an MOU was signed on labor mobility.
Okay, what does that mean? Paki-expand po.
Yung labor mobility
MOU.
will allow the entry of Filipino workers in Finland.
Labor
Yeah,
mobility.
and much has been discussed about the kind of requirements that Finland has. And the Finland or the Finnish government has shown interest in 3 countries. No, that's Korea,
Okay.
Vietnam, and the Philippines.
We're so blessed. Kasali tayo.
So the inclusion of the Philippines is also
Dahil
because of the very
sa inyo
diverse.
siguro.
No,
you've been coordinating with them and
well,
telling what the Philippines can offer, na-impress. And then now they have a delegation who visited just last week.
Well,
follow through.
Actually, they have they've had advanced missions here. Their embassies during the time of Ambassador Yuha has been very active in visiting the BARM area. So that's
Mindanao.
your Bangsamoro Autonomous Region of Muslim Mindanao.
The BARM. Incidentally, there's celebrating their 6th anniversary ang Bangsamoro. I'll be there tomorrow. And
Congratulations.
See you guys. Congratulations po, Chief Minister Ahod Ibrahim. Okay, you were saying mobility, labor mobility. How many Filipinos po ba do we have in Finland working as our migrant workers na matatawag?
Well, the numbers are still are changing a lot because we have been looking at some statistics. No? Yung last statistics were only not really that many, about
What kind?
40,000
Okay.
at one time. Then it jumped up to
60 or
70,000.
70.
So I think the numbers will further increase with that.
Lalo na ngayon.
Given this mobility aspect,
MOU.
the MOU signed between the Finnish government and the Department of
Trade.
Migrant Workers,
Right.
no?
Oh, okay.
DMW.
Okay, with the
yeah, they signed
Secretary
already
Hans
that.
Kakda. Okay.
Pati sa department.
What kind of usual trabaho, jobs do
Well,
they have
the
in
openings, as I see it, is supporting the tourism industry in Finland, and also the health, and to a
Healthcare.
certain extent, education as well.
So,
Yeah.
magaganda ba ang kanilang tourism destinations?
Well, if you are into
Anong bestseller dyan sa
winter sports, they have a lot of that. You know, I mean, Finland has been,
Known
a
for that.
sports leader in different sporting events, no?
What's their climate like? Meron ba sila? 4 seasons ba sila?
No, in fact, there are periods where you have total darkness for months. Huh?
Oh, really?
Yes.
How do you handle that? Parang ayaw ko yata ng
You have to really adjust to the.
What do they do if it's like all dark? You can't work?
No,
May
they still
mga
work.
ilaw.
They
Yeah,
still
may ilaw
work.
naman yan.
They try to make the workplaces much more conducive to working. And then, because you cannot be sleeping all the time.
No. Siyempre, you have to work.
So when it comes to
Sanay ka na dun.
sleeping, and also when summer comes, you can see that even their summer, you will see and understand why it's called also the land of the midnight
The
sun.
midnight sun. Oh, okay.
because
That's why it's called pala
I was
ganyan.
there last
The
May.
land of the midnight sun.
Oh, I was there last May, and I was kind of surprised to see at 11:30 in the evening.
Sarado na.
It was like 5 o'clock in the afternoon here. I said, oh my
wow,
God, how are we going to sleep here, you know?
I know.
Then 3 o'clock, I woke up and I saw it was like almost 6 o'clock in the morning again. Oh my
yeah.
God. I
Okay,
said,
very quickly before we really end our discussion, why was Finland called happy? Happy country?
well, they,
Kahit may midnight sun or
well, I
something.
guess it's more of the attitude of its people. You know,
Joyful
making,
sila.
enjoying the most of
They don't
what they
complain?
have. They don't complain.
Wow, yan ang
That
dapat.
is
Yan
the
ang
least that I have seen. I mean, of course, I'm not saying that 100% don't complain. There are still people that
There are problems.
generally people then have a way of addressing
Problems. Right. They handle
take they handle it, and they're
Very
more interested in coming up with solutions that would
Right.
benefit a greater
Ayan
group.
ang dapat natin i-emulate. We need to resolve. We don't need to whine and complain and all kasi kita mo happy sila, parang satisfied in other words. Give us a 60-second your message of hope to all our Filipinos listening and viewing.
Well, what I really think is important, it's the way we look at ourselves as a people and learning from the experiences of other countries on how they were able to achieve so much and how they were able to develop their place to be enticing for people to even live in. No? So it is my sincere hope that lessons like this would really resonate well in the way we continue to grow as a country. Right now, we're much more as a migrant country, thriving in different parts of the world. But hopefully, one day, there will be that diaspora to come back and really make a difference in the way this country was meant to be.
Thank you so much. As a huge inspirational message for all of us there. That's a challenge, yung diaspora dito naman. But again, siguro we will congratulate Consul Tony for making, enticing the Finnish nationals to come here and try our country to invest. And syempre, madami pa siya. There's a lot of work to do, but we're with you. Thank you so much as our Honorary Consul to Finland, Anthony Peralta. And thank you sa ating naging kaagapay, DWIZ, Jay, and syempre si Larmaine. At thank you, Mr. Dennis Antonor, for this opportunity, and our Chairman D. Edgar Cabangon. God bless everyone.
Si Miss Loli Acosta, Sulong na Bayan sa DWIZ 882. Ang programang ito ay inihatid sa inyo ng PAGCOR. Ang programang ito ay hatid sa inyo ng Petron. Petron knows you deserve only the best.
This is the news and information station of Aliw Broadcasting Corporation, reaching and